Hey folks, AJ here, and we are at another on-site. Today, this is New Jerusalem Baptist Church, where we actually installed some stuff a while ago, which I will tag the video up here on what we did. But it looks like they purchased a new church, and they want to know about obviously moving what we installed, but then also expanding and adding the other things that they did not want to do originally in their temporary location. So I'm just waiting for somebody to get here to unlock the door, and we're going to be walking through and seeing what we can do. And kind of like in the other one, we're gonna after I finish here, I'm gonna try and do some blueprints or take a picture or make some and kind of give you the design of what I would do in the setup. So let's go. So what, y'all gonna take down the siding and put drywall up instead?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah, they're working on stuff.
So have y'all already had service in there?
We haven't had, well, we had one.
Okay.
Two, but we've been meeting on phone. The part I'm worried about is creating a feedback loop for me with my mic up here. And I want to be able to have I want to be able to have a full sound here.
Oh yeah, that's not gonna be an issue.
Okay.
I mean, because now, are you completely opposed to speakers being on the wall? The reason I say that, I mean, because better speakers will give you the sound. But I'm just wondering, are you aesthetically, do you not want the speakers on the wall? Alrighty, help them out here. We're gonna be coming back. He needed an idea of where to lay stuff out, help them with that. And we're gonna be back to pretty much move. Hold on, let me get in the car and I can explain. So a lot of the churches that I've dealt with have the traditional layout where they really didn't have a media booth at all. The sound, because we talked about it before, the pastor used to have to do everything. So the sound was right there in the podium so that he can go in and switch. She could go down there and switch it, turn it on and off. And there really was a turnkey approach, meaning that, oh, we don't need to balance mics. We just have them set. You just turn it on and that's it. And we're really getting away from that because of the dynamics of what's going on. So I pretty much told them the idea is to relocate that entire sound and have a dedicated space for their media booth, because they didn't want to remove any pews, which is understand because you lose the capacity, what you could do. And I'm like, well, you have an off-side room. Then put a camera in the back, and whoever's in your media and your sound is going to be managing that stuff from another room. And his mindset was like, well, I don't have anybody to do that right now. I said, yeah, right now. But while you're doing construction, it's easier to build this stuff in now than to try and retrofit it later. Y'all have seen so many other videos of me retrofitting stuff. It is so much easier to do it with the walls open than to try and come back and do it later. So similar to what we did at Greater Works, they're going to be expanding and rebuilding the pulpit. And when they open that up, he's going to bring me back in. I'm going to put in a whole bunch of mic connections there, possible speaker connections there. I'm going to run everything, not necessarily with a wall cat. There's another alternative that can do the same thing that will give me more mic inputs. Put the wall plates, but under the pulpit, they will be running off of these kind of like boxes, breakout boxes that still run everything over a shielded Ethernet cable that will send everything back to its mixer. That's what I plan on doing. Or we can go old school and we just run regular mic cable, and we got to break out the soldering gun and solder all the connections, which I'd rather not do, but we can. I don't know why I pulled out the media booth key. That's not the key to get the car started. So let me see what else we get into. I'm gonna get back on my computer and draw IO and show you kind of the layout of what I envision of doing there. And there's another video that I didn't do. I got a bunch of stuff that I recorded that I haven't turned into videos, and I guess I need to do that. So let's get up out of here. I might try and get back to my church if somebody's there and try and hang the camera, and we're going to come back and pull down the other stuff when I have more people here to help stabilize the ladder. So I think I might do that today if I can get in the church. So let's go. Hey, good morning everybody. AJ here, and today we are heading back to New Jerusalem Baptist Church, and they pretty much wanted me to run some cable for a new church that they built. And we got a whole bunch of XLR cable for speakers and microphones, and I'm probably going to give them some extra cable as well too for the TVs and maybe PTZ camera. We're pretty much just doing rough end cabling right now to make it easy while they have the walls down. So I need to get over there by 9. It is 8:20, so let's go. All right, folks, we are here. So let's go through what we're going to do. So right now, the pulpit is going to get built out up to right here, so maybe a foot. The choir loft is going to be pulled out by another foot. We're going to run 6 XLR cables up here for 2 monitors, 4 mics. Then another 4 are going to be pulled here for additional mics. All of that is going to be ran in the wall somewhere here. We're going to pull it over through this drop ceiling. And then, I'm trying to find a light. All right, and then this is going to go over into this area, because this is where soon to be the dedicated area for the media and sound and everything like that. So not very far to go. Then also what I'm going to do while I'm here is I'm going to put some holes in here on both sides for the television that's going to be in the future. And then the main thing right now is this is going to be used for overflow right now, and that light's not working. And we need to hang a TV here, and then the pre-made SDI cable that I have, I'm going to fish it over here and put a jack somewhere in the sanctuary. So this is used as an overflow for maintaining social distancing. So we're going to have to figure that out. So let me get my crowbar, my hammer. Let's open up this pulpit and put the cables where they can easily be accessible. And I specifically asked them when they build this out to use screws or something like that, so I can easily come back and get the cables, because I don't have any jacks or nothing to put on the wall on the pulpit. It's just going to be cable there and ran before they build this out, so I can get to it instead of trying to fish this stuff after the fact. So all right, so let's get to work. All right, so we got a hole right here, and got the drop ceiling. Just punched a hole right there, and I fished my fish tape down here, and this is wide open up under here, so I can reach in through this hole, and there's nothing here, so there's no wall or anything. So that's going to be really easy. Now I just gotta cut some cable, XLR cable, and place it in a strategic location to where I can get to all of it, and we should be good. So I might even pull some of these boards out from here to get to it, but because this is going to go away anyway. So we got one board. I might pop a couple more, run some cable, and then go from there. All right, so we got our stuff here. I pulled up an extra plank here so I can reach over, but there's a problem, so I wasn't able to reach it. So I took this front plate off of here, the front piece of drywall from the steps, because this is going to change anyway. And it was just drywall, and I don't know if you can see it, but my pull string is right there. I don't know if you can see it. It's actually right there. So I'm gonna reach in there, pull my cables through, and then it looks like there was another floor actually here, and this was raised, because that's what that is right there. But we're gonna get it through. Worst case scenario, we might have to drill a hole in there, but we're gonna make the path, do my pull string, tie all the cables on this end, and then pull them through, and then fish them up into the ceiling. All right, so we had to go further because I couldn't reach it. So I just pulled up the floorboard here, and there is my pull string. And as you can see, this went further back than I thought. So at this rate, since I got the floor up, I have a direct path to here, so I'm gonna pull this to over here and centralize all of the XLR cables over here. And I'm gonna run and split this cable and cut it. And worst case scenario, if I'm short, I just got to get another one and do some extenders. Terminate another end and make them longer. So I'm gonna cut about 10 of these into about like 30 feet each, and that would give me the whole 300 feet and go from there. All right, folks, so we're almost here. We got our stuff feeding it through. I had to break up the steps a little bit more to get to here because there was a double floor joist right there. So I had to pull up that corner step, drop down, and put another hole there, and we're feeding it through. Now we just gotta pull it up here and then route it over to the room. All right, so let's see what we got here. We got our cables pulled here, and 300 feet was not enough. So the good thing is all of my cables are right here. So we're gonna pretty much order another 300, should be fine, and then extend that over here to here. Maybe put it in that corner, put a little grommet there to pass everything through to make it nice and neat, and pretty much terminate everything on this end depending on which jack is going to be which. Some of them are going to be for speakers, monitors, and then ultimately we probably are going to run 4 more cables for the hanging speakers, because we need to determine if the current monitors that Pastor Page is using will be fine. They're pretty big and they sit on the floor, or we're going to put 2 speakers, hang them on the walls, and then have another 2 pointing back to the pulpit. That's what we're debating about. Now, what I'm doing now is going to move the ladder over here, pop this tile, and see about running that SDI cable over here for future. So actually, let me look over here. It looks like these are the floor monitors, I'm assuming. And okay, so we have Spike-on connectors, but we also have 1/4 inch. So have to decide what we're going to do on, because that will determine how we're going to terminate the cables that will be on the pulpit. But that is fine. But like I said, we're going to pop this tile, see if this goes right into the choir stand, and then run that SDI cable there. And I don't know if we can fish it. I might even just put a jack on the wall so it'll be right behind the TV, make it look nice and neat. And I don't know why I'm out of focus, but that's what we're gonna do. All right, so we got our cable pulled right there. What I'm gonna see now is see if I can put a plate there and pass the cable through the wall and make it look all nice, and just have the termination right there. So when the TV is hung, the TV will hang over top of it, and then there's a short cable and the converter can hide behind there. So let's do that now. All right, so for the most part, we've got partially what we wanted to accomplish today. If I flip this around, got a cable ran for the TV on this side. We'll get to that one later because we got to fish a cable all the way over. I have the cables and everything from the other room fished over here. That's what this cable is right here. I have another box of cable sitting up there, which is feeding this run. I have a couple of holes right there. I had a stud right there, moved over, but my battery died. And we need to get some extra cables. We're gonna punch a hole over here, run all the way over here into that corner, and all this got to be clean so we can get to that. And we're gonna get 300 more feet of XLR cable, run that over into that corner. And why am I not getting in focus? Alright, so we're going to run some more cable over into that corner there. We need about 300 more feet of XLR cable. We'll make the connections over here and run over here. But I am also running all of the SDI cable over here because this is where the hub is going to be. And I am tempted on running another SDI cable in the opposite direction for right now before any cameras or anything are done, because they want to have the camera fed directly. They want the camera that they currently have, a camcorder, to feed into the TV back there in the other room. So that's why I am thinking about just running another cable on this side that they can plug the camera in here that will feed into the overflow. So I will get to that. We also need to run another cable, like I said, on the other side for the other TV. And then I was sitting back thinking I should have did this while I was doing this, is run some Cat 6 cables right now. It's good to just have them anyway. So we're going to run another SDI cable from here for the front PTZ, another one in the back that we're going to be doing in the ceiling, and running here. So that should be pretty straightforward. 2 Cat 6s here coming back for control and for network, and then S-video cable all the way back. We'll do a PoE switch similar to what we were doing in Alta Vista. Do the same thing over here. 2 cables, Cat 6 cables, and 1 SDI cable for the front, runs over here, and pretty much terminate everything in this back room. So we accomplished what we needed to today, and yeah, I'm tired. I need to get something to eat, and then we got to get on the road because we're going up to Baltimore because we need to do a tech support call on a church that bought a computer from me, and they're having an issue. So it's easier for me to just drive up there. Got family in the area, so I'm going to go up there tonight, hang out, meet them in the morning, see what's going on with their computer, hopefully get it fixed, and then hang out with a couple of subscribers that are in the area, put a face to face, and then head back and go from there.